Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Herd 37. So we are down here in Acapulco. Actually, they had made another job there, but I had so much with I'd sold all those 747s and bought all kinds of new ones, and I started changing the config files to get it closer to what it actually is, like the weights and everything. By the way, they don't carry as much now. It was like 128,000 pounds or so they used to carry. Now they're 108. And the converted ones, I can't see which ones are the converted ones. Here's one. It goes down to like 100,000 pounds. However, I think the extended range one might have gone up. I'm not totally for sure on that one. I'll have to look. But anyhow, so we've got another job here. We're going to go from Acapulco, Mexico up to Pocatello, I should say, I think. And we're going to be taking runway 28 heading 281 degrees. Up to Pocatello, runway 21 heading 212 degrees, ILS frequency is 110.3, and the airport elevation is 4,449 feet. I didn't look at what exactly that is. I can't remember. I know I've seen that before, so I'll put it in the description. Always do. All right, let's get this thing going. We got our 757. By the way, no SID, no star. The SID didn't work. It always wants, on this one, it wants to go back to the airport and then take it, and it's just kind of ridiculous. And there's no stars at Pocatello. It's just a direct to, and I should have gotten, I do believe, direct into the airport. All right, so I've got loaded up. It's closer to 1,800 nautical miles, so I put fuel for 2,000 just in case. And with that, let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. Looks like I got maybe one plane over there. Not much else going on in Acapulco. Alright, so I went ahead and started up the plane. I put our altitude to 35,000 in, putting our runway heading in there as well. Everything else we gotta go do. Oh crap, that's right. You can't go down to the FMC. You gotta do it this way. Alright, so let's get through this. Actually, I think we want to go over to the menu and we can put in, how do we do it? Put in the flight plan. Here we go. MMAA, KPIH, there we go. Alright, so we're going to depart on runway 28. Remember, no SID for it. Arrival, we're going to land on ILS, I believe it is 21, yeah, 21, and we're just going direct to it. Alright, so let's look at our legs here, make sure that there's no discontinuities, like that. Now I put in a waypoint and then a fix. I didn't even see, yeah, there's the fix, bars. Alright, I don't see the actual thing that I put in, so let's just check this real quick. Move the range up a little bit. I don't know if that's moving the range or not. Alright, we'll step through this. That's not how I put it in, though. I actually had it coming straight in. Bars and then Pi again. I don't know. Pi was in here earlier, is it not? I guess it isn't. That's kind of odd. I thought I saw it in there. Bars and then Pi, huh? Damn it. I need to move my range here. I don't know if that's moving the range on this, though. Because I'm confused about the end here. That's not, I don't remember putting it in that way. See, it's got this fixed way out here. That doesn't make any sense. So where the hell is that fix? It's like the fix is in the middle of nowhere and ends up in the middle of nowhere. That's why I'm not understanding. Like, fix. Oh, it goes out here and then it comes back. That's why it looks like that. So I think what we should probably do is take out the fix. Because they kind of changed how it came in. See, now it comes in at an angle, though. Alright, we'll just take manual control, because that just doesn't make any sense. Alright, so let's check out all this other stuff. Reserves, we'll say 3. Cruising altitude, 35,000. Cost index of, I'll say 85. Takeoff was automatically goes to 15. Alright, so it looks like that's all there. Let's go to approach speed. Just get an idea of what it's going to be. And I'm not going to worry about that because we're going to take over manual control and we're not even going to come in totally that way. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn the flight director on. I don't know if we'll be able to... Alright, so we can at least arm them. Start putting flaps to 15. Parking brake is off and we're pushing back. Right out the building. Alright, so runway 28. I don't know if it's that one or not. I think it is. I gotta pause my mic for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So that doesn't seem like that's the runway. I'm gonna have to check it out in just a second. Alright, so there's 2 runways here. That's why it doesn't look right. I'm gonna stop the pushback because it's a big damn difference which one is 28. I'm going to pause it again real quick because this is going to take forever to get there. I'll be right back. Actually, no, you know what? Let's just take this taxi because if it's not that one, we can taxi on over. That's what we'll do. Taxi lights coming on. We'll taxi on over. Alright, flaps are already at 15. I don't like when runways are close like that because it just ends up confusing me. See how they go at an angle like that. Yeah, I think it's the other runway actually, so I think we're gonna have to go past this. That's alright though. Unless this is the one that goes straight back with us. No, this is 24. Alright, so we'll stop here. Just check that there's nobody coming. Alright. Go over to our runway. Looks like there is a taxiway down here to the left. I would figure that we would be on the far one. We always are. Alright, we can go ahead and put the brakes in RTO. I think everything else is set. Like I said, I already set the altitude and the runway heading while I was starting up. There's like no taxiways anywhere, any intersections, because we're light today. We got only like 34,000 pounds of cargo, so like I think that's less than half of what we can actually carry, and obviously not that much fuel either. Just 2,000 miles worth. Well, there's one intersection. Oh, there's somebody actually taking off. Not sure if it's that guy we were looking at earlier or not. I can't even recognize that livery. Livery, whatever it is. ICO, I have no idea. Always hear it different ways. I almost kind of want to put that flight plan back in. That fix was actually correct, but the way that made it look down here, it wasn't like that at all when I actually put it in there, which is why I used it. Kind of thinking that when we get down here, we should do that. We should put that back in. Just redo it. Actually, I mean, since I don't have to go down and look at the thing, we can actually do it from right here. Alright, departing 28.
Flight attendants, please be seated.
Arrival 21. Because I thought I had moved pi up there. That was the discontinuity. See, pi. Well, that's Bars and then pi. Alright. I'm not even sure that pi even needs to be in there. Because pi was really close to the runway. It's like it's bringing me to the center of the airport, not the runway. I'm not sure that Bars was what I put in there. I can't remember what fix I used. That's why I thought pi was in there earlier, because the discontinuity. I don't know if I've ever seen the discontinuity at the end. Alright, so let's just make sure all this is in here, because we might have to redo like the takeoff and everything. Takeoff, I don't think you have to push them in. By the way, 151. For some reason we can't put the what in the world? You can't put the speed in? Don't quite understand that, but alright. And approach will still be the same. And I'll probably look at as we come in. See, like, I don't want to be at 250. That's just dumb. Let's see, 185. At 9100. That way we can be slow, because we'll have to adjust it, I'm sure, as we get closer anyway. Alright, landing lights, strobes coming on. If there's anyone that come that way, this way. Let's get on the runway. I'll stop and then we'll take off. Get myself lined up. This is one of those planes where the view just moves around. I absolutely hate that. Alright, right here. There we go. Auto throttles armed. Brakes are in RTO, flaps are at 15. All of our lights are on. Guess we're ready to go ahead and get on out of here. Alright, thrust is set. We do have the speeds marked on the dial. Man, it's starting to bring that nose up.
V1. Routine. V2.
Alright, pause rate, gears coming up. He'll call it 2.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Like I said.
Flight 5.
I was just about to say, yeah, they don't give you there's no flap speed on this, but he tells it to you. Alright, let's start heading over to the right. Like we're pitched up a little much. But our speed is climbing like crazy still.
Flaps up.
I pitched it down a little much. As we go flying past the 250, I just brought this power down. We can't use the autopilot just yet. I think we got to get it pointed towards it before it'll take it. It seems like we were taking off and going up way too quick. See if it'll take it. Oh, it will take it. I guess maybe because it's already armed, it would take it. Because, you know, if you don't arm it, it'll give you the error that you're not pointed towards the waypoint or whatever. I don't know why we're not getting anything on the screen. And it's not keeping it below 250 either. Well, I guess it is coming back some now. See, it pitched it up to 5,000 feet a minute. Wow, I thought 4,000 I was doing a little much. Good Lord. I had that range moved way down too much as well. The scenery looks kind of weird. Most like there's photoreal scenery. There's no I don't have any scenery in here for it. So it looks kind of odd to me. Take a look outside. Get rid of those flashes. Hopefully that gets rid of them. That doesn't really look like the normal scenery, does it? Like I say, I don't have any scenery for it. It just looks totally different to me. Could be wrong. Alright, cross 10,000. Now she's accelerated. Let's check this. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, we're gonna be minus over 1,000. That's great. Of course, it's coming back, and it doesn't compute it like as well as like PMDG does. Hell, the times even come back because it's what 16? No. It does say like 1654.
The use of approved portable electronic devices is now permitted.
36. How can something be 36 Zulu time? This thing doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right. Well, I'll have to figure that one out. 36 Zulu. That doesn't. 3600. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. How it's? I don't understand that. It starts over at 24. Whatever. Unless I'm just thinking something wrong. All right, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, all customers are required to fill out a U.S. Customs declaration. Only one form is required for handling. This is the only form required for U.S. and Canadian citizens, as well as returning U.S. and Canadians. Form I-94 is required for all non-U.S. citizens, except those traveling under the visa waiver program. Visa waiver customers are required to complete I-94 W1, which was given to them upon check-in. I-94 form should be completed with the bottom button in the bottom of the panel. Cabin crew members will be available to distribute any needed forms and answer any questions. Upon landing, please have all of your documentation available for immigration and customs officials. You will need to take all of your personal belongings with you, as any items left on board the aircraft may become confiscated by customs personnel. Thank you.
Traffic. Descent. Increase descent. Clear of conflict.
seatbelt and fasten seatbelt sign. Please check that your seatbelt is securely fastened. To prepare for landing, it will be necessary to collect all service items, as well as any other items you wish to discard, such as newspapers.
Alright everybody, I just slowed it down here. We're actually coming up on bars. I had to change a couple things. That fix was so wrong. I don't know how they put it out. It was like 6,000 miles away. So that's why we had all those problems. So I took the fix out and everything looks good. And actually, the approach actually looks good because we're coming almost all the way out for the approach. So I actually really like that. Alright, so as you can see here, bars need to be at 9,100. I think it says we're a little high, but it really isn't too bad at all. Our ILS frequency is 110.3, heading of 212. Keep saying drag required, but it doesn't really look... Actually, it does look off because we're supposed to be at 172. So let's go ahead and put that out. I was thinking 250, not 172. So that comes out. We're about 450 feet high. That's all right. Problem is, we're going to have to wait to get our flaps out. By the way, our landing speed is actually 128 now. I did say 128, right? And still the speed doesn't come up. So 133 is the approach. This thing is really struggling to get its speed down. We're right on the glide slope. Problem is, we're coming in so fast, we're going to end up way out to the right. But we've got plenty of time to get back over. I didn't even think about using my region. I didn't even think about that. The Rockies. I don't know which part of the Rockies that would be in. Central, probably. Getting close to 200 knots. Now, see how far we came over to the right? Now, I've got this set. We can go all the way down to 6,000 feet. Okay, so let's reset this. Really need to get this thing back online so we can use the ILS. I don't know if that's might be the runway right there. We're right at probably 10 miles out. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the localizer. We're not really pointed at because it's over to the right, but that moved it, so it's gonna give it to me. Flaps coming out. I can go ahead and get rid of this. Make sure it's at the arm position. Auto brakes are on 2. Still haven't turned to it, and there we go. There we go. Yeah, that is obviously the runway now. So if it's got the localizer, I'm going to go ahead and hit the approach hold. Flaps coming out. That's flaps 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing,
Go ahead and drop the
please return
gear.
all seat
Flaps can go to
backs to
15.
their upright and stowed position.
Now this wants to come
Ensure
up.
all portable electronic devices are turned off and stow
I'm going to put it
all carry-on
145 for a
items.
minute.
Additionally, footrest and video
Instead of
monitors
133,
must be
because
returned to their original
I haven't got the
position.
flaps out that far enough yet. And we're still out there pretty far. Flaps to 20. Remember, airport elevation is 4,449 feet. This comes down to 140. I'm going to go ahead and actually get rid of that. This is actually 133 up. My throttle was set higher. Landing 3s. Alright, so we're good. Alright, we're at full flaps, 130. By the way, I'm going to move that to 133. Because that moves the thing for me. We're slightly fast, that's alright. Now it wants the speed to come back down. Kind of hard to get it in the right spot.
1,000.
Alright, autopilot is off. Alright, everything looks good for right now. Speed's good. Altitude's good. It feels like we're drifting off to the left a little bit. I can't tell if we're drifting left or not. Because now it looks like we're good.
500.
We're getting a little low.
400.
Off to the right.
300.
Alright, back on it.
Approaching minimums.
Yeah, getting pushed right.
200.
I don't know why the wind is coming from the right.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, we're gonna hit hard. Oh, we're gonna hit hard. That was not how I wanted to come in. It actually says okay. That was not how I wanted to come in. Not to mention I can't get over. Good lord. Man, talking about struggling to get in the middle, even after I landed I couldn't get over. This plane brakes, I kind of remember thinking that earlier. The brakes on this thing aren't very good.
So please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. At that time,
That wasn't how I
please
wanted
check
to
around
land.
the seating area, in the seat pockets, and overhead bins for
It was
all
fine
personal
until the very
belongings
end.
brought on board.
The most
Please take
important
care when opening
time.
the overhead bins, as the contents may have shifted during flight.
Alright, so all that's over. Man, this has been a weird episode, by the way. I forgot, oh my god. This has been just, like, this episode from the beginning has just seemed just odd. I've screwed up everything. It feels like flight plan was messed up and everything. I gotta get used to this plane again and how to set her up. There's actually, that's a GA plane. Oh no, I guess it's a, alright, it's a FedEx. So that is part of World of AI. Yeah, this plane, I don't know about this trip. This trip has felt odd from the beginning. Not the best. We need to actually see where we should park this thing. This is not, you know, a big airport. Used to a 757, for sure. I'm going to say we just pull up over here. I mean, we can't fit in any of these spots, obviously. What do you say we just pull straight ahead? Instead of turning off, we'll just pull up to the building. Flight director can come off. By the way, that was an extremely long flight at the end of it. I didn't think it was going to be all that far, like 1,700 some miles, but it was actually very long. Actually, does that thing pull off to the right and just stop, or does it keep on going? Because if it just pulls over there, I'll follow it. But if that thing line goes all the way around, I don't want to mess with it. I can't even tell. I'm just going to pull straight ahead. Yeah, it felt like we're really sinking there at the end. I thought we were going to damage the plane. It really felt like we were all of a sudden coming down kind of hard. Which is weird because I've come to really like landing this plane, although I've only done it once in the past how many months, but it's actually rather fun. Alright, we'll stop her here. The taxi light can go off. I don't know how I forgot that. Oh, jeez. Parking brake coming on. Put the fuel. Air hauler get us. Just turn off the lights. Let's go over to air hauler. And unload this sucker. Of course, the cargo jobs don't pay as much. Because they're not as heavy, so you really don't want to damage it with this one, because don't make as much money. I'll show you the finances. I was surprised how much money it cost to sell all those planes and then buy them back. Because we had well over, what, $1 billion, and we didn't end up with all that much money. Man, there were some huge paying jobs. I think we did one job, though. It paid like $7 million. It's crazy because it's so much weight. It wants to go back, like take some of them like 4 or 5 trips. I would load it up as much as I could and try and do it in 2. Actually, go over here to finances. It won't show it as bad because we made a bunch of money. Yeah, up to 240. We were just over 100 million left after when we had $1 billion. Sold all those planes and then bought them back, and we still only had like over 100 million. That was really kind of crazy to me. We're going to have to find Pocatello on here. I have to give this thing a second, because I don't know what the heck we're near. Isn't Pocatello? I think it was, I'm wanting to say it's Colorado, but I can't say for sure. We actually, one of the waypoints was Albuquerque, New Mexico. Where is there we are. So now, if that's Denver, wow, we're way up. So I don't know where exactly we are. We're not really close to anything either. That kind of sucks. Actually, it really sucks. What is that? Nah, we can't take that. $337. So we might go up to Bozeman because we got scenery for Bozeman. I would prefer that over Boise because we don't have anything for Boise. So probably just go on up to Bozeman. Yeah, this was just a very odd flight. From the beginning, things didn't work out, and it was just very awkward. This whole thing was just been awkward. All right, so anyway, that's the plan. We'll go up, try to do something in Bozeman. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any of these jobs. Like, see, something like that would be good if you can even land there. That's 5,500 feet. I don't think we can land there. It goes to Dallas. We got scenery for Dallas. Coco. That's what, isn't that Cuba or something? Cool to go down there. This, I don't know. But we'll go to Bozeman because I love that series. One of my favorite all-time sceneries. I don't know why. I just really love Bozeman's scenery. But yeah, this is going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.